Gente de Sensacine, estamos muy contentos, estamos platicando con el gran Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good. It's very nice to be here in our weird half-cab situation. I didn't think this out properly, obviously. Yeah.
We getting close.
You all know the drill. Intercept the convoy. Watch out for cable. Hit it!
There's a move, the one that you caught a bullet in the health, that we saw in XMen Origins Wolverine. So is there anything that you want to rescue from that Deadpool?
No, I love taking audiences back to those moments that are both ridiculous and kind of fun. Like, I remember when they did that action sequence, I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And then halfway through, I was like, this is kind of fun, though. This is kind of awesome. So a guy blocking, 1,000 bullets with his swords was just absolutely absurd. So on Deadpool 2, we were trying to think of an action beat for he and Cable. And I sort of have this line where I call him, I say, bring it on, One-Eyed Willie, which is a Goonies reference for those uninitiated. And I, of course, slice the bullet in two, but this time the bullets go.
And where does all these references come from? I mean, who's George Michael fan?
They all come from, Rhett, Paul, and I have been friends for 10 years, and we all write the movies together, and we work on them together, and we hang out together. I would say it's like the three of us, the collection of our sort of weird tastes and things. We're all pop culture enthusiasts. We all love pop culture, especially like 90s pop culture and even modern day stuff too, but we really lean on the 90s stuff. So yeah, that stuff, the George Michael stuff, the Golden Girls. Well, the Golden Girls stuff's from the comics.
Okay.
Yeah, Deadpool loves Golden Girls in the comics, but then a lot of the other stuff is just weird things that we've been thinking. Like, I've always wanted to redo that scene from X-Men Origins Wolverine where he smashes bullets, but I wanted to do what would really happen, which is that you would have 50 or 60 bullets go right through you.
You have to audition to be part of the X-Force. What would you say are the most important Ryan Reynolds abilities?
Oh, if I had to audition for X-Force? Oh boy, I would approach it the same way Peter did, which is just utter honesty and vulnerability. I would let them know that I'm very good at handiwork around the house. I'm clean, I'm neat, I clean up after myself. I can give a pretty good massage. But no real superpowers to speak of whatsoever. I'm sarcastic, maybe that'll help, I don't know. That's why I fell in love with Peter, because he was just like this honest guy looking for work.
Peter.
Any powers you want to tell us about?
I don't have one. I just saw the ad.
You're in.
The movie, it's a family movie, even though it's an action movie and there's a lot of blood. How would you describe Deadpool as a family man?
Well, early in the process of creating the script and the story, Rhett, Paul, and I took a lot of cues from Pixar. So we thought a lot about Pixar movies and why they what tenets are involved in making a Pixar movie and why they sort of feel so good when you watch them. And that's what we wanted to apply to Deadpool, because Deadpool's we don't have to follow any kind of hard and fast rule that it has to be this just non-stop vulgar action film. It has to have heart and soul, and it has to have some sort of message that is important to not just Deadpool but the audience. So in creating it, we really wanted to have those tenets involved. We wanted to have every character have a beginning, middle, and an end. We wanted characters to have heroic endings. They're just different than Pixar movies. Dopinder's heroic ending wouldn't happen in a Pixar movie because it's a little racy, but yeah. So.
And the only thing about that it's cooler than Deadpool, it's Deadpool's Twitter account. I mean, it's super funny, and recently he posted that he has his own tequila.
Yes, he does. He does have his own tequila.
And I want to ask you, well, tequila here in Mexico, it's really, really important. So which Mexican elements do you think Espolón has to have in order to be a total success as Deadpool movie?
Obviously, Deadpool worships and loves the Mexican culture, so I assume he chose well. I don't know. I can't imagine. They picked probably the worst ambassador they could pick, though. I mean, I can't imagine he would ever show up to a board meeting or anything like that. He's just going to be it's going to be a mess.